big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable essay. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable essay. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 Wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids. That's wealth years and years.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome for some ECAC Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Action. I am Septilance, joined by the handsome, wonderful, and yes, ravishing Ravish himself. We're going to be jumping into this in just a couple of minutes, but before we get all those logistics out of the way, Ravish, just tell us how you feeling, man.
Good.
We love to hear it. We absolutely love to hear it. I'm hyped to hear it. I'm feeling great as well. I love Smash Ultimate, so I'm stoked to do this. We're going to be having Lime from FTC up against NX. The true name is Satorin, but their tag on screen is going to be NX, and they are from NYIT. I'm super excited to see this. I don't know anything about any of these players, so I'm going into this completely blind. But this is a usual crew battle style. If you've seen that anywhere else, it is the exact same thing happening here.
I agree.
Our first map is going to be Final Destination, which makes me think one of these players is bringing out projectiles, or one of the fighters, maybe a Ken, maybe a Ryu, and usually, we can see those on platforms a lot as well, but when your opponent has nowhere to run, that's really where those characters get to utilize their spites and get really aggressive, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a rushdown character like that.
Little Mac.
Oh, don't say his name. You're gonna curse us. It's actually gonna be a Little Mac. You're right. You're not wrong though. If we are gonna see a Little Mac, FD is probably where we're gonna see him. I mean, this is a stage where like some of the real niches get to make an appearance. Low Mac, maybe a Ridley if people are really feeling crazy, but I doubt that one. Like I said, I can't think of the word. Shonen? I don't think that's the word, but one of the fighters. Oh, okay, I was close. Shoto, that's the word, and I was close. It is Kazuya, so that definitely checks out for map choice here.
You're correct. Alright, okay, I'm gonna stop. Alright, like you said, as we get on into it, bro, this right here is some of my favorite stuff already. Because look, Kazuya versus Samus, I'm a big Samus player myself, and Kazuya is my bread and butter, bro. Tekken is my favorite fighting game of all time. So, as we get on into it, man, it's just an easy back and forth. So Kazuya wants to get close, Samus does not. So, it should be a battle of a stage control and seeing how well Samus can do with their spacing.
Yeah, I mean, you've hit the nail right on the head. Kazuya, he wants to get in, he wants to rush down, he wants to get hyper-aggressive, and Samus, she wants to do the exact opposite. She's the antithesis of a Kazuya fighter, and now it's going to be really difficult for Lime to keep that spacing and keep that room, because all NX is going to do here is just rush down. So we're going to see a lot of projectile usage. We're seeing that already, a lot of side Bs, a lot of neutral Bs, especially that charge B as well, and Lime has found the percentage advantage, but the funny thing about Kazuya, the man hits like a bus.
And that's the best part of him, though, because, I mean, I understand it considering he was thrown off of a volcano. You want to make sure that you hit hard so your dad can't throw you off a volcano again, too. I don't know if you felt love on your skin, Zep. It's not a great time. I haven't either, but I imagine it's a unpleasant experience as we get on in right away to woohoo. That's one of the best parts of the new, of this entering of Kazuya, too. The fact that he can take off his devil form makes me genuinely happy, and, also offers a little bit of that closer and potential burst power. Like that, Lion only at the 41 getting that first stock.
Yeah, 41% extra credit already here for NX, but honestly, if this Samus can continue to really just rake down these projectiles, 41% is not that much, but 61, however, 78, however, those numbers just going to get higher and higher. NX has got to land something here. The side B, the first to make an appearance, the special B into the neutral B charge move there, racks up 46% against NX, trying to find that neutral B that side B once again. Lime doing a great job kind of holding this mid-stage presence, just spamming these projectiles out. It's going to be really important to find this second stock before NX does.
I mean, but I'll say Lime already doing a pretty solid job of it, considering it was a little bit of a rough start, but Able to charge up. There we go. There's that neutral. Ooh, nice final jump there by NX. Save that. 100 to 100. We're very much encouraging both of these characters. On a line right now, just looking for a jit. There we go. There's a little bit of that charge up. But on the other end, NX could you easily finish this off? One little uppercut is all they need. Set.
Yeah, Ravish.
Okay.
Oh!
No! The front.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Too much going on there. I totally thought NX had that kill, but unfortunately, Lime gets to live another day. But oh, you do not live through that at 162%. No funny fist quite yet, but NX definitely making an appearance nonetheless. And reminder, folks, every stock is like crucially important in the traditional crew battle. You start the next game with as many stocks as you survived with. So whichever one of these players wins, I mean, it looks like both of them are going to be starting with one stock in the next matchup.
Yeah, considering where we're at right now, yeah, it's 160 right 165 right now for NX. It's gonna take just one solid neutral or like maybe even a grab to just send NX off the stage though. But okay, look at dodge so far. Look at that little back and forth though. My man's getting a little bit cute with it, and that he survived that. All right, I mean I guess because he's doing really good job. Yeah.
It's crazy. I feel like he's a little lighter than you think, but also he's a little heavier than you think. He's in a very weird position where his weight does not attribute kind of the similar weight of the fighters like him, the Ryus, the Kens, so on and so forth. But Lime really able to turn the momentum here, found that second stock, looking for the third, taking about 20% damage from the neutral B there. Going to get knocked out, stunned out as well, falling off stage. All right, no two-frame coming out quite yet, but Lime almost just kissed FD goodbye. Oh, might have to do that anyway here, getting knocked to the other side of the stage.
And next, man, my man making a comeback after being down a stock so far. They're just doing a wonderful job making sure that you can dodge all of Lime's projectiles. For now, there we go. Jumps right on in. That's a lot of damage right if he lands that laser. The Lime is out so donezo too. NX playing with a lot. The advantage clearly in his favor, but Lime, one solid combo. Good duel, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that laser, not only is it super strong, but it covers the entire stage. So if you're caught out by it, there's really nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, so on and so forth. And Lime right now up to 180%. However, misses the air dodge.
Oh, no.
SDs, the final stock. Very close to turning that around, but when you miss the ledge like that, there's really not much that can be done.
That was unfortunate. I believe he overestimated a little bit of their power, and although as much as I like Samus, you're not like DDD, bro. You're not like K. Rool. You're not Kirby, and because the way that you're able to just recover off that stage is a limited placement. So, but hey. Good solid first battle. I'm excited to see what transpires further.
Yeah, I have to agree, honestly. Very close matchup there. Down to the final stock on both, getting close to nearly 100% on the Kazuya. I think he was a little shy of 100% when the event happened. So still has that last stock available. Going to be entering this next match with one stock. I feel like I've said that a lot, but just to really kind of hone that in for those of you at home watching, because he won the game with one stock, that's all that carries over into the next game. So whoever he's up against is going to have a serious stock advantage.
And I remember from last week when we were watching the games, right? I find it really definitely did carry over, definitely with the stock advantage, depending on who was playing.
Right.
Because you could see that the people that are going up first, the people that were the anchors, there were a reason they were there. And the battles became just so close that it was surprising to me, especially because you had Min player last week. Min is somebody who gives me flashbacks of Nom, something that I personally don't want to go through because it's a terrifying prospect and she hits like an absolute drum truck, which I don't want to be on the business end of. Personally, so that's I don't know about you, how you feel about it. But as we say that, though, we are going to load up very, very soon into our next matchup of the day. Remember, like you mentioned, it's a crew battle. So even though one goes out, we still got two more homies to make sure I think can bring him out back.
Yeah, and I want to see kind of, you mentioned this already, talking about you put the anchor in the front, right? And that's something so many crew battle teams are a bit disapproving of, a little bit disagreeing on, and so many of them will leave their best player for last, trying to clean up kind of the work that's been put out. But it makes sense, like, kind of like you said, to put the best player in the front, so you move into the rest of the series with as many players and many stocks as possible. So personally, I'm pro best player first, but I know a lot of teams are, pro best player last. We've got a full-blown Shoto fight right now. Some people are going to get mad about that. Kazuya's not a Shoto. I don't really care. Kazuya up against Terry, coming at you in just a minute.
Terry is somebody a guy that I used to play Smash with a lot, was very, very proficient in. He's very good at Terry. So I'm going to judge Lime a lot based upon how they play. And as we know, NX is he mentioned this a lot already. My man's going to go ahead and fall off, and there we go. We're now ready to get into this next match.
Yes, this is going to be Rain representing 5 Towns here up against Satoran. Again, we saw Satoran go for that double stock take. That's just to get that one stock we talked about already. Lime, I feel like Lime's #1 goal here is to not lose a single stock, right? If you're able to eliminate this, you can reset the entirety 2-2, 6-6 stocks, so to speak. But if NX is able to take even a single stock off of Lime, which is looking rather likely, that may kind of be the beginning of the end for 5 Towns. And blink and you miss it. Hardly a minute off the clock, and that first stock already gone for Lime.
That was a very quick start, bro. NX got like the immediate electric uppercuts to it. If you're a Tekken player, that those ones, those being #1, they're very hard to land. And 2, like if you are able to get them, it's a disgusting amounts of damage to start off with.
Right.
But it seems as though, like you mentioned, Lime will be to get the job done, but NX on the other end, still managing to get 1 stock, is on its own a very solid start. So we got the 2 Shoto startup. I'm excited to see what this Terry goes up against next.
Yeah, and we've got to remember that Rain lost that 1 stock, so now they're going to be in the 3 stock to 2 stock kind of matchup, but luckily enough, that's a little easier to turn around than a 3-1 stock like NX was unfortunately caught with. And that's always the funny thing to me about crew battles is that was like a 40-second match, like maybe a 50-second match, but because there's only the 1 stock to be taken, of course it really didn't take that long. So we're going to be jumping back into this with a new player on the side of the Psy Bears, New York side, and then depending on how this goes, I believe we reset, because if never mind, I don't know what I'm saying. Either way, when one of these teams loses the entirety of their lives, I'm pretty sure we reset the whole thing and do it again until one of these teams has won it twice.
That is indeed correct, my friend. That's how the BO3s work and then play out, right? Because you got to make sure that you get your 2 points, right? It's like playing rock, paper, scissors, but in that BO3, whenever I play with my sister, I make sure to cheat. Because I just yell rock before I do scissors, and then suddenly she's all psyched out. At the end of the day, though, although I can't do that here in Smash, you can't see Samus, and then suddenly see people just die. As much I wish as they could, because I'm personally a not great Smash player, but fun nonetheless, though. But as we're talking about going forward through this entire game here, so with what little that we saw out of Lime for now, though. What I am interested to see is how they would likely face it against range character. You saw up against NX, right? They fell very much close to that or Kazuya range. They got caught up in the grab. So I'm going to need to see a little bit more defensive options coming out of the Terry because we know that as Terry builds up that percentage, they can dish out some stupid amounts of damage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you got to get to that KO range to be able to land your combos here, fam. Carry, although has a fair amount of grab closers, and 1 combo, and then eventually just getting out should be more than enough. But for now, we can only have questions in our head as you load up into a 3rd little skirmish of the night.
Yeah, and we're going to be going to my favorite stage in the game. A lot of competitive players' favorite stages as well, even though I'm not a competitive player. I just love Pokemon. So it's going to be PS2 as that stage. I don't know if they gentleman to it, as a lot of players usually do. I was talking to you guys before we went live, but I always say if you don't gentlemans to PS2 for the beginning of a set, I think you're kind of a psychopath. That's just my own personal opinion, but PS2 is the perfect stage. And I'm really excited to see with a name like Big Mac, the word big makes me think we're going to be seeing DDD, K-Rool, Gen, and, one of the big dogs, so to speak, one of the heavy hitters. But maybe it's a bait. Maybe we're going to be seeing like Ice Climbers or Olimar or something insane like that. But honestly, the way we're online, I doubt we're going to be seeing anything niche. It's probably just going to be your traditional kind of expectation of online players or characters.
I don't know, man. I think if we get something niche, it would just make for just a much more interesting matchup. Bring back your Lucario. Right. go and bring that up. I think that's been a lot of fun. Lucario's gotten some buffs. I don't really get to see him, but I think it'd be a lot of fun, personally. You mentioned the Ridley.
Oh!
And, okay, the Inkling comes out to not super niche, but I haven't seen Inkling a ton over to the overall, like, this past recent bit of SSBU competitive, but this is going to be a fun time. I actually enjoy Inkling very much.
Yes, I think we're going to be seeing a very similar style matchup to Kazuya Samus, like we saw earlier, right? This Inkling, they're going to want to kind of keep space a little bit off to the side, where in return, Rain is going to want to get up close and personal. You've got a couple of abilities, the neutral B, the fire, and so on and so forth, to cause some damage from a distance, but instead, yeah, Big Mac's going to have to get up close and personal. I love the roller coming through, trying to get some great damage early, but I want to see more neutral B action, putting the paint down onto Rain, because, of course, when you get the paint on your opponent, every single hit you do deals more damage.
Yeah, so that is the whole point of being able to play those combos with the Inkling. There we go. There's some more paint already being put on so far. Nice shield, you get the grab up. That's my man full paints it up. The good bomb. So
that's a stock.
Yeah, if you you right. Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah, I mean, Rain went for the jump and immediately ate the nade, had no time to recover. The nade knocked them downward, and Terry's recovery kind of garbage. So yeah, just caught out there. Big Mac, what a way to start a fight here. If Big Mac can get away with finding a stock before losing their first, that'll put NYT in such a phenomenal position. But the odds of that happening, especially at 150 against a Terry, the odds are definitely low.
Not great. Right, exactly like you mentioned, and yeah, you're pretty high up as right now. You would have to play really defensive and just like be a few perfect smacks, kind of like that. To let the bomb get the roller, get the outside and be just barely out of range. If they get that, the light might be knocked out though, but getting that Terry percentage, at least now we're back to 2-1.
Yeah, going to be, like you said, back up to that 2-1. Rain already at over 100%, but that go meter's online now, so Big Mac's got to be double careful. Goes for the roller, but getting a little bit predictable. Lime is going to be able, Rain is going to be able to go and shield that move, kind of keep the momentum, run away from Big Mac, but goes right back into it, misses the bucket here, trying to get hyper aggressive. Rain going to be able to knock Big Mac out of combo. There's a lot of back and forth here. Neither of these players have really found their footing quite yet.
No, sir, but Victor right now is that Lime has no paint on him at all, so he's definitely feeling himself. And like you mentioned, that gold meter is going to be a little bit close there too, but that's a lot of praise being put out so far. But one thing we haven't been able to see is that Big Mac has been able to punish like really all these big moves that Lime is going for. If they play a little bit more patiently too, I'm sure they'll be able to find like just a solid amount of percentage to get some paint down onto Lime, considering they're going for these extravagant plays, but they need a lot of space to do it. Big Mac can be A-okay before now. Yeah, consistently with that. Like, just like, jumping across stage, there you go. A nice big hit, though.
Oh, the nade, the invincibility frames on ledge are going to be able to keep this Terry alive. Big Mac's going to be getting aggressive once again. The neutral B comes through, the roller hits. Don't miss your shot this time, my friend. And it looks like Big Mac will not do that. But will, unfortunately, be starting with 2 stocks in the next engagement. However, NYT, they're only 3 stocks away from taking the first game.
Not bad at all, though. I think, like you mentioning, they got 1 stock out, so definitely able to do the deed of upon which their team has thrust upon them, right? And considering Inkling was only able to get out with only 1 stock loss, though, they definitely went out there. They played it absolute hardest. But one point I would raise before, except you mentioned, is that with a lot of the players that we've seen just already within this first couple of lobbies, the movements get a little bit predictable. Right, because you can see them going for the same sort of combos and movesets consistently. You saw with the Inkling too, rush with the paint roller, put down the bomb, like, a little bit dash backwards and then put down the paint. Like, and so far, just like, aside from a couple of different mix-ups here and there, it's you can see they have a certain moveset and a certain combos they're very, very comfortable with. And if players watching right now are able to read that and adapt, that would be huge for either team.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that's one of my biggest weaknesses as a Smash Ultimate player is I do get a little bit predictable, especially when I'm coming up off of ledge. That's usually when my friends start to learn, oh, he's doing the same thing over and over. So mixing it up is absolutely a difficult thing to do. It's something that a lot of players do struggle with. But like we mentioned already, some of these players are getting a little bit predictable. Big Mac relied on that roller, that side B a lot. That might be something this next player is going to be able to take advantage of. But even if they can, we've got to remember whoever the final player is for the Cybears right now, or excuse me, for FTC, they have to take 5 stocks without losing 3. So that is obviously a pretty difficult thing to do because not only do they have to get through Big Mac, they have to get through whoever the third player is as well. So they really have a tall task ahead of them.
I mean, I don't know about you, man. It's like, as I believe we'll be going for Eno Gang
Yes.
next up, right? So going up for 5 times. And go back to your point, so might be a tall task for you, maybe, but getting 5 stocks is what I do on like a Tuesday morning, bro. I go ahead, have my banana and cornflakes, put a little bit of brown sugar on that, and then, you know, I just take some kids' lives online on Smash. Just immediately just like, okay, cool, who we got next, bro. It's just real simple stuff, but that's just me, right? Not everybody can be me. I would personally have to say I'm built of different materials, but hey, we'll see what these guys are made out of.
Some of us eat cereal for breakfast. Ravish eats somebody else's stocks for breakfast. I mean, we definitely can't all be doing that, but I'm excited to see which one of these players is going to be eating stocks first. We've got to remember Big Mac, as that crew battle calls for, dictates, does have to get rid of 1 stock. So they're going to be starting at a bit of a disadvantage, but at the same time, they've got a whole player in the back pocket, which the enemy team does not have. So if Big Mac can take this series, even down a stock, I mean, that'll give the first point over to New York.
What I'm just waiting to see is who they lock in currently, because right now that'll decide a lot of the matchup. And okay, there we go. We get into that Joker v Inkling. I find both of them have very similar play styles, but Joker's obviously evolves depending on how things go for him throughout the entire match. So as we head on in, New York Tech right now, although down a stock, we'll see if Big Mac can make that up.
Yeah, Big Mac going to be able to go for that re-engage. I'm not surprised to see Eno Gang on the Joker. That is a Wi-Fi favorite. We definitely see him in person as well, but definitely much more popular on the Wi-Fi. Of course, he's a lot harder to react to, and Arsene just feels so much stronger for some reason. Now only 19% on the board, 16% of it was belonging to Eno Gang, but they found a great quick combo onto Big Mac, getting them up to those 30s. Big Mac really struggling just in the speed department here. We see a very quick engagement coming out from Eno Gang over and over, and Big Mac just cannot keep up. Inkling, not exactly known for their speed.
And there we go. Here, my man already got the big guns out right now. Let's see if he can not even get him back up onto the stage, though. But we were saying it before, just set. Big Mac not really able to deal with a lot of what Lime is bringing out to him right up at the beginning, as you saw, as Eno Gang. Right up at the beginning, right? Getting red pretty handily. Lime still at 52, still doing A-OK. I see Big Mac can wait out my man's big guns too, just to make sure that, you know, he can at least get back in that same comfortable range that they like to play in. Yep, there we go. Okay, Joker now back to his original self.
Yeah, like you said, Joker going to have that Arsene taken away, and I feel like every time I say it, they lose the stock, but if by some miracle in heaven above, Eno Gang is able to find that first stock, that would be, or to find that last stock without losing one, that would be crucial, because then that would fully reset what we're looking at. But here comes that roller, and yeah, as I say, the caster curse comes through tried and true. Eno Gang losing that first stock, and Big Mac danger close to losing their final one.
It might be actually, like, considering if Lime plays the first little bit that, Eno Gang plays first a little bit, how they did before, thing should be perfectly fine considering, yep, there we go. So, Big Mac coming out with the same sort of, like, little bit of a back and forth combo so far, plus the pivot roller. They don't actually get stuck at the ground for now, but it is interesting, too, because Lime's taking a bunch of pain right to the face. Still had one big hit. It could be really cool, but Lime, though, to keep that spaces up, Arsenal almost out, doesn't even need him.
Yeah, that is going to be the up smash, just able to find Big Mac up above. That may have been the up tilt. I didn't catch it fast enough, but either way, Eno Gang running away with that one, able to find that 2-stock lead, I believe. So that's going to be a comfortable spot. You're only down by 1, but again, as I was just saying about Big Mac moments ago, Eno Gang's going to be going into this final round, this point decider, with a 1-stock disadvantage. Not exactly where you want to end up.
And the biggest thing about this, too, is like, these matches are close, man. It's been back and forth, back and forth, right? One goes out, one goes in, one goes out. So that's what I like to see here between these two schools, and just like with many schools that we have here before, because nobody really likes to see just one player blows out 9 different stocks. That's insane. Unless you're a mid-min player, then it's just eating breakfast for you, like it is for me. It's, as you can see, I have something in mid-min, but that's just my own personal trauma, though. But looking at it right now so far with Jokers, in terms of matchups that I'm expecting, like, I think if you bring it out the Shonos, it will be cool. a personal favorite of mine to take into Joker is the Reefer Trainer. I find that she does pretty well. And to him, and even before you can get out your Arson, she'll be able to KO you depending on that. She can like kill at like 70 or 60, bro. If you get the combo off, but that's been based on my own personal experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you're going up against a Joker, you've got to be careful not to go too projectile-based, especially I know that Piranha Plant's Poison Cloud is considered to be one of the worst in the game because it literally farms the entirety of Arsene. It can go from 0 to 100 literally in one side B from Piranha Plant, but luckily enough, Wolf, not exactly known for his projectile gameplay, so I'm curious to see what Jummy is going to be bringing to the table here. Jummy?
I mean, like, you know what? Just, whatever you said, that's okay. I respect it. What I respect more right now is that I want to say it's Jimmy. I'm gonna say it's Jimmy because his name essentially is just Jimmy Neutron. But Jummy is what I'm also hearing from Prod too. So we'll go with Jummy for now, but I don't like it.
Yeah, and Jummy already farming in Arsene onto Enogang. So Enogang starting with a one-stock disadvantage, but with a damage advantage, able to land even just a couple of hits, and that'll rack up some insane percentages. But Arsene disappears as quickly as he makes an appearance, already 3/4 of the way gone. I don't suspect that to change much here. 65% up against 88. This would be such a close game where they're not that aggressive one-stock disadvantage.
And that's a big thing about Wolf, though, right? Because compared to their counterparts, Falco and Fox, bro, their side smashes and just their overall smashes in general to hit a lot harder and can kill at ranges just like that 70-80. So, Jimmy Neutron feeling himself right now too long. Only got one stock left to go, fighting for New York Tech.
Yeah, fighting for New York Tech with their life already, 90% to another Arsene, but that Arsene's going to have to take 3 stocks, which is a Herculean task to say the very least. New York Tech, I would be comfortable saying they've probably got this one in the bag, unless Enogang has some tricks up their sleeve that we have not seen quite yet.
I mean, if they do, now would be the time to bring it out, Seth. But it's, okay. So that's one. They already had a good solid bit of percentage built up, but they had 75. And up against the Wolf, I would be scared. Personally, because yet again, if they land one little side smash, maybe even up smash, maybe even an uphill, bro, might just kill. Because Joker isn't known to be just the heaviest guy, you know, even with Arsene, right? Would be a tough time.
Yeah, I'm going to be really curious to see what the aggression from kind of Enogang is going to choose to go here. Is it going to be that just slow-paced projectile advantage? Is it going to be that rush down, try to find those quick jabs, maybe just that neutral jab as well? But 130%, I'm not sure you're even going to take enough damage to get another Arsene without also being sent into the stratosphere. Jummy is going to have 65%, but still a 2-stock advantage. Okay, not an SD. I was a little scared, but it is Joker. They can recover from the depths of defeat. Speaking of the depths of defeat, I think we are looking straight at him. Enogang 150%.
And my man just waiting for the recovery, time that beautifully. And that is going to be New York Tech being able to take the first point in this BO3. And the question is going to be, how does 5 times respond to this, right? Do we see a change of a character? They're not likely all pretty familiar with each other's play styles, right? And it's like we're saying, I would love to see a full series on our hands, but or now, I think we're just going to have to wait a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw at the very beginning there, especially, those games were being separated by 30, 40%. So definitely things could have turned at any point, except maybe that last game that really did feel to be in favor of New York. But the other 4 leading up to it truly did feel like they could have gone either way. So I think realistically, if FTC can come out just a little bit hotter, hit just a little bit harder, they may be able to take game 2 here and force a game 3. But as a reminder, if New York wins this one, that's all we've got for you tonight. It could be over before it even begins here for FTC.
The possibilities exist in hand. Like I said before here, man. That's BO3, like unforgivable. But one thing that could also happen, too, is a change in order, too. Just to make sure that if they decide that maybe they want to, have their anchor go up first, just to make sure they're not giving up too many of those early stocks, or maybe they got the weakest going up first, and then 2 more players deciding, okay, you change this up, and we'll surprise them, and we go bring it home. Anything can happen as of right now, but we'll just have to wait and see, so.
Yeah, Ravish, I think you've hit the nail right on the head. I'm curious if it's going to be starting with the Joker, starting with somebody else, the rotations coming. I remember one of the teams had like 5 players they could choose from. I think their roster was a full 5, and I believe that is FTC. So we only saw 3 of the 5 listed, and it looks like Cybears have 4. So I think we could be seeing a couple other players as well, just coming in and out. Maybe especially from New York because they know they've got the 1-point advantage.
You know what's actually interesting about this too is like I always kind of compare this type of style of the whole crew battle to is if I'm looking at MVC. Were you big MVC player, Sep, or no?
I considering I don't know what MVC stands for, I don't think I was.
I'll go ahead and explain it to you. So that's Marvel vs. Capcom is what it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So, like, of course, as you know, in Marvel vs. Capcom, right? Standard play style, especially before Infinite, which is bad, by the way. It's a bad game. Don't play that. But you were able to, of course, like assemble your team based upon your couple of projectiles, fast-paced people right at the beginning, right? Middle players, you're like, depending on the player style, you get to pick anywhere from like strong, like magic dudes to like even just like really big combo rushers to finally you had your heavies at the end, your Hawks, your Wolverines, your whoever you wanted, right? So that's what I imagine this overall crew battle as.
Yeah,
at the beginning,
absolutely.
you got your overall combo breakers, middle, whoever you want. The final, you got to make sure you got to go ahead and have your big boys to bring it on home.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was always a bit more of an MK guy growing up. I played that competitively for a little while. So the momentum, the tempo in there, a lot different than kind of what you were just describing there as well. That's the type of game where you hit your opponent and you make sure they never get the chance to hit you back. You combo them into oblivion. But that's definitely going to be a little bit different than what we usually see in Smash Ultimate. And I, as well, a huge Rivals fan, ROA. I love that game as well. I think that's a super fun one. And that fits a little bit more in kind of the momentum, the tempo you were talking about. While there's never really a squad strike opportunity, it's definitely in the momentum of wanting to play the same way you would play in Smash, going for those heavy hits early, trying to find some stock advantages, some just aggression at the start rather than waiting out for the long game. And it looks like we are going to be seeing a little bit of a change from 5 towns. NYT, they're going to be sticking tried and true. We're going to have Satorin starting it over all over again, so I expect to see that Kazuya. But Eno Gang will be the starter for 5 towns this time.
That's going to be interesting, right? Considering we saw Eno Gang like right up near the end too. I believe they were the oh my god, yo, remind me here, bro. I'm almost sure they played Inkling.
I believe
right?
Eno Gang was the Joker. No, Jummy was the Joker, so Eno Gang was the Inkling, I believe.
Yeah, okay, so I was right on that.
No,
cool.
It was Joker.
Oh,
I don't know. Eno Gang was a player, Ravish. That much I'm sure of.
But if you think about it, are we all players in this game called Life, Sep?
Oh, that was beautiful. That's beautiful. Truly, I'm going to shed a tear on the broadcast.
And while you're over there crying in the corner, let's head on into our next series in this BO3. It's in New York Tech and 5 towns.
We're going to be jumping into Smashville here. This is the most entertaining one because nobody has to give up a stock at the beginning. We've got a full-blown 3v3. This is probably as close as it's going to be able to get, but NX starting strong here on the Terry, able to find 100% before I can even finish my first sentence there. Arsene already fully charged, but Terry, he stares at death in the face, and he laughs, looking for that first stock elimination here. NYT, they're coming in confident, right? They won that last series. They're looking to win this one as well. However, NX, maybe a little bit too much hubris there, has not been able to find the room to engage in. Oh, that's going to hurt.
Little bit unfortunate that they're going to start it off right off the back of it. But like you mentioned, we actually didn't get to see a ton out of this Terry considering how fast the previous match was before. But Sator right out there we go. There's that classic Terry combo. Doesn't put up a ton of damage before now, but considering it's up against Line, 137. Nice little smash should be able to knock them right out of the park, but they got to just control their space and not let them recover it. There we go. That's what we wanted to see.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be great because NX had such a momentum lead there at the beginning, really was controlling the pace and the tempo of the fight. Some great microspacing as well. The combos made the appearance when they needed to, and it really felt like Eno Gang didn't have anywhere to go, so to speak. But now we see that has been changed up a little bit. Eno Gang found that first stock and found the momentum with it. Has NX back up to 80%.
Saw stuff as of right now too, but we're seeing these two. It's a little bit close considering New York Tech. It's they're playing a little bit defensively, which actually I kind of like this overall change. I'll let my man recover so far. Lime, okay, there we go. All the way back up on the stage. I have to Arsene for much longer now. I would like to see them build up a little bit more percentage just to make sure that if they're back to the original form, it doesn't get too tough for the both of them playing space the game beautifully. But my man timed that. Let's go.
Oh, that was impeccable timing there. Frame perfect, even, I might say. Just a great turnaround from ECAC. What did we talk about, Revish, during that little break between sets? We talked about how every game was like one stock difference, and if Five Towns ever found their footing, ever found their momentum, NYIT might be shaking in their boots, and it looks like Five Towns has done just that. ECAC taking the second stock before losing their own, might even be able to find the third at this rate. Looking very good here on Smashville.
Oh, yes, sure. Close to these two, but like, as you keep mentioning, the right now, NX are they at 68 in their first stock? Oh, well, I might be able to take this considering, but between these two, though, if Mama NX is able to get that stock, and as I say that, then they would have done their job A-okay. But right now, Five Towns has a job to do. They got to make sure they want to bring if they want to bring, if they want to bring their team back into it, it should be the stock to take this, so they need to close it out. But Satoran, if he can get this too, this would be a huge dub for New York Tech.
Oh, no way. Ooh. Had a great... No way! Oh. ECAC's biggest mistake was getting Satoran over 100%. And that sounds so crazy. That sounds so weird, because Smash is all about getting your opponent to the highest percent possible. But when that go meter makes an appearance, my goodness, that just bit ECAC in the butt.
Ouch. That, I was mentioning how if they're able to take that stock would be huge service to their team, fam. I didn't mean it like that. I wanted both sides to be equal, but yo, chill. We was talking about before about how, man, I didn't get to see much of the Terry, but it's coming out in full swing, and we get to see it now in 2 different matches. So suddenly, this trainer looking to turn on up. I'm hyped.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what a hype way to end a set. That was just great turnaround. Now, unfortunately, you're down all the way to a single stock, but we saw what this exact Terry did. Or maybe it was the Kazuya, but either way, we've seen what can be done with a single stock. 2 stocks were taken by them before losing one of their own, and now, I mean, if FTC can win this, they can take the 1 stock without losing any, that'll be great. That gives us a full-blown series reset, but we're going to have to see what is brought to the table here, because 1 stock can make all the difference. We've seen that happen so many times already.
That is the beauty of things, especially within Smash 2, right? If you can play your cards right, if you can make sure to get your spacing right, if you can those frame perfect moves, and suddenly the world falls right into your hands, and it looks just so gosh darn cool. Which is what you want, right? Considering with these super duper high matchups, as we're about to head on in New York Tech with the overall stock advantage. We'll see if the Byleth can sting things up. I like this matchup a lot for the Byleth.
Yeah, I mean, taking a page out of everybody's favorite pro player's book here. I mean, Byleth surprisingly not a super often chosen character, but now we're going to be making an appearance here online. We see NX has to go for that double stock take, so going to be in a 3v1 scenario. Luckily enough, does not SD the 3rd stock, and I love the neutral taunt from both of them. That's kind of the green light there, as they both taunt, they're ready to go, and it's going to come down to Rain making a different appearance. Rain was on Samus last time, I believe. I'm not positive on that, but either way, definitely a new character. We've not seen Byleth yet until right now.
I want to say they were too, because that's what makes the most sense to me. Considering we saw 6 different characters, who knows what could happen? But yeah, I was about to say, does my man get that, bro? Just based off just a little. Oh! That was some nice trigger. That was some nice trigonometry there, Seth.
It was, Ravish. I think you're spot on, man. That was just a beautiful turnaround there. Able to find a great kill off the back of it. And now, NX has already made this whole stock worth it. They were able to find one of their own. Looking for 2 here. Able to find a great combo, but not even close to the kill percent yet. Rain up to 60. Gets able to find the catch. Now, this is the mistake that we saw the Joker make last game. Terry, he's over 100%. What difference is that going to make here for this engagement? Might not be much if Rain is able to continue spacing them out like this. Nope. Jeez.
No
oh, man. Is that okay? Not the stock take yet, but darn tootin' close. If NX can find this 2nd stock, I hate to say it, but it's going to be really difficult for 5 Towns to turn this around.
I mean, I don't want to kind of be out just yet that we were saying before. The NX previously was going for these super big frame plays, but ooh, early match there on the recovery to get out of line. All that damage and they get the stock, bro. Lime, they gotta play that spacing. Because considering when you the Violet, right, that's why you in this matchup. But there we go, the final hit with that side smash. But Satoran, my man did his rookie. He got 2 stocks out of this matchup as well. New York Tech are looking beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, not only did he take 2 stocks with only 1, but he took 3 stocks before that. So 5 stocks in total from Satoran when there's only 9 available to take. That just eating him up. That is Ravish every Tuesday morning right there. Just eating up stocks left, right, and center. And, I memean, Satoran taking a page out of your book there, Ravish.
Cornflakes, banana, sugar, stocks. A start to a fantastic morning, which I'm sure that Satoran understands wonderfully. Which, yo, Seth, I'm going to judge you real hard for this. What's your favorite cereal?
My favorite cereal, personally, Fruity Pebbles. Final answer.
That's weird. I don't like that answer.
Hey, it's the truth, man. I'm a weird guy. I can't help it. I love pure sugar. That's all I need to get my day started.
I mean, I understand because mine is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So.
Oh, I have that on my fridge right now, Ravish. So that is a great answer. That is
because
a huge
you know why it's the best.
Kiss.
You know why it's the best here, bro? Because not only do those Cinnamon Toast Crunches taste wonderful, but when you're done with it, the milk tastes extra special, which is what I live for. Because milk is delicious, and with a little bit of cinnamon and sugar, it is even better, though. You know what's even better than that? Is we get into this next matchup here, fam.
It's going to be Big Mac again, and I wonder, is that going to be Inkling again? We're going to see Inkling versus Byleth. Maybe they go back to the Samus. I don't know if they're allowed to do that. I think they're allowed to change if they live into the next game. No, they're not. I'm wrong. Thank you, Prod. They're not allowed to do that, so it will be Byleth. Byleth versus perhaps an Inkling. We haven't seen anything else from Big Mac yet. I really want to know what's going to be brought to the table here because that's what is going to kind of determine this. We see that this Byleth's already down to 1 stock, and, I mean, like you said already, New York, they're looking clean with it. They are looking good.
Yes, sir. Actually, which I believe at the last second here, because Lime decides to go ahead and bring it back on in. And yep, like you mentioned right away, a little side switch on the back end of it, and it is going to be that Inkling versus the Bonnet, which, from what I've seen, a little bit of similar playstyle between these 2 characters, but we've seen this Inkling before. And I find that at certain times throughout this entire game, right, Big Mac has fallen into very certain comfortable patterns based on how they play. So, Rain, they've seen them play before, so they can just read that well. And 5 Towns is not out of it yet.
Yeah, I think the only hope here is that Big Mac can find the first stock before Rain picks up on the pattern, right? That's your only objective, is to kill them quick so they don't kind of realize or analyze the pattern you're bringing to the table. I know that Big Mac relies a lot on those nades, but so does every other Inkling player in the world, so that's not worried about being predictable. It's more about using the roller when you're a little bit too close, rolling up off of ledge. The great nade once again catches out, but instead it's Rain who powers through it, super armors through, does not get caught out by that nade yet. And Big Mac already losing that first stock, only able to deal 30%.
Yeah, Big Mac too was like really super close, took a lot of really big poke damage too, and like we mentioned it, talking about it before a little bit, but just punishing all the big hits too, a lot of the big frame plays. If you can't move in for that kill shot on the back of it, then you're kind of just letting your opponent have free space. And we're free in your head, my man, just no. He puts you out there at the wrong time, but or now it's still quite close, and I believe Big Mac has a good chance to get back into it. It's going to be about landing 1 solid hit, a little bit more paint onto Rain, and that might do them in that bomb. We see that kill before, but they'll stay alive for now.
Yeah, able to stay alive, and Big Mac taking a lot of damage, but luckily enough, the damage doesn't matter as long as you keep the stock. Has Rain up to 120%. A lot of great projectile usage from Rain, forcing Big Mac to rotate around, above, and below, but cannot rotate fast enough to get away from the paint bucket there. Rain will fall. Big Mac only losing 1 stock, so going into the next game at a 1 stock disadvantage.
I think, honestly, you know what? Rain, they tried. They honestly definitely played their heart out, and they at least got 1 stock of it, right? So you're not, like, leaving your team completely out to dry. But for 5 Towns, this is their final player. This is their lifeline. This is their anchor.
This is it.
And it's gonna be the Kazuya player too. So if we see my man just come on in, like bring up the big guns, which you know we will. We saw what the Kazuya could do before. He was very, very well versed on the very well versed on the character, I should say. Sorry. So I'm all for hoping. I'm all for the underdog story. I'm all for seeing if Five Towns can make a big comeback.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a Herculean task ahead of them, pushing the boulder to the top of the hill. 5 stocks versus the 3 that are left available. It's going to be really difficult, but it's certainly not impossible. Some of these players kind of, what I always say, unlock their 6th chakra, kind of bring their 110%, kind of just go Super Saiyan, however you want to put it. If they really kind of hone in, they lock in, they play their absolute best, it is 100% possible to see that 5-stock comeback. Now, is it likely? That's the question. Unfortunately, 4 or 5 towns, probably not.
Sadly, no. But remember, those 5 stocks, right? That's what we eat for breakfast here, baby. That's what we want to be able to be chewing on, and we know what these teams have been able to do before.
That's also what Satorian was able to take. Satorian walked away with 5 stocks,
Exactly.
so we've seen it happen already.
See, that's the biggest thing. So I say, I'm a person who asks not why, except I say why not, you know?
Absolutely.
Nah, I don't say pour, I say pourquoi. I'm not sure if that's like the full thing for why not in French, but...
Pour K? Oh, you're speaking French. I was speaking Spanish. Okay. I was like, why do you say K like that? That was weird. Different language. That's probably why.
Yeah, you're so close. It's like, I don't say, you know, like, I don't say nani, I say why. It's, y'all get the point, bro.
The idea is there. That's what matters. The idea of the information
Y'all get
is
it,
there.
bro. I'm saying this, but I'm not saying that. So, but what I should be saying right now is both these teams matches are about to load into just a couple of seconds. With New York Tech looking to take it home 2-0. If they're able to do so with his final last stock, but I wanted to go with the final characters, which I'm sure it might. As I believe we might be okay with right about it. Okay, let's go, baby. The sets.
So we were wrong. That was not the Samus player on the Byleth earlier, unless 2 of them have a pocket Samus, but that feels unlikely to me. I don't know if that feels unlikely to you, but this must be our true Lime. They've been playing on the account the entire time, but I think this is actually Lime making an appearance. So now it's going to be that Samus versus the Inkling. Now, Ravish, the interesting thing about this is it is going to be full-blown Projectile City. Oh, there was an incident there, though. Big Mac did not take that first stock like they were supposed to, so now they have to wait for the paint to dry off before anybody engages. I hope Big Mac remembers they're supposed to take a stock off of themselves.
Yeah, I don't know if they remember. They're both just kind of waiting around, just running down this time, bro. It's like, Big Mac, yo, can we get comms on 5
Here we go.
Oh,
here we
there we go.
Okay.
My man finally remembered. And now we can get back into it.
Yeah, Woo! So now it's showtime. Hopefully Lime doesn't SD again. Is this a button check? They're going to reset.
I think they might be resetting, yeah.
We're going for a full-blown reset.
Yeah, which, you know what? I respect it. That's
Absolutely.
fine. That's okay. You want to make sure that nothing impedes your ability to play the game. A little bit of mishap, a little bit of miscommunication, just like I was doing with my 4 different languages that I just spoke then. That's okay. I get it. Y'all get it. We're fine.
Yeah, that's that's kind of the tough thing about crew battles, right? Is as an Inkling player, I'm sure that was such muscle memory for Big Mac. As soon as it hits go, you hold that neutral B, you cover them in paint. So they probably just did it out of competitive habit, and then they were probably like, "Oh, like I was supposed to take a stock first." So I'm glad we're just going to see a quick reset. We're going to jump right back into things. I think it was Smashville. I don't even remember. It might have been Town and City. I saw it for like 10 seconds.
It was indeed Smashville, my friend. Which, I mean, that's just what I'm going to say. But hey, you're a smarter guy. We both have glasses, but yours look like they're more just put on for designer. Like, you're the type of guy who used to go get the 3D glasses and to put them on when you were younger, weren't you?
No, they are real glasses. I'm actually blind as a bat without them. Full disclosure, they are very real. I always say they're basically a prop because I'm blind with them, too. I'm sitting like 6 inches from my monitor right now.
But the real question is that did you get 3D glasses from the cinema and put them on to pretend like you were glasses?
It was one time, Ravish. I don't know how you found that out. I don't know how you got that information, but it was one time. Okay, I did it once.
But looks like once we get one time so far, Lime not gonna get taken now, but might get one stock taken out of right away. Big Mac not even letting him touch the stage. All that paint on him. My man gonna need a little suit change if he doesn't want to let him affect the machinery. But Lime bringing it on back to putting up a lot of solid damage. Ooh, Big Mac in the map in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, so the scary thing here, the terrifying thing, so to speak, is that Lime is at 200%. 5 Towns only has 3 stocks left. Like, that's it. So Lime, the idea of getting 5 stocks when you lose your first one less than a minute into the match, that's definitely going to hurt the chances. Like we said, though, it was already pretty unlikely. We don't necessarily expect to see it happen, but Lime does trade out that second stock of Big Mac. So BM down to 1, Lime down to 2, full-blown 0% across the board.
Yes, sir, exactly like you mentioned. But for now, though, everybody gonna be A-okay, right? Lime starting it off real big, too, but Big Mac, they've got a fair amount of work ahead of them if they want to be able to carry this home for now. But Lime as well, if they can carry these 2 stocks into the next matchup, they have done their job. They were done a service to their team, and they still have a very solid percentage of making sure we go for the full 3 matches, though, and they might be looking to do just that. Big Mac right now, 113. It's a very, very tough position. They gotta play this safer. A side B. Oh, but that doesn't kill. The Diallo is gonna come through. Can he recover? He's fine.
I don't think
get back on the stage. He covers.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen a cross-stage roller actually connect like that. That was crazy, but Lime does walk away with the stock, and Lime had 2 stocks left, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. 2 stocks left, only a 1 stock disadvantage going into this final matchup. This could be the chance that 5 Towns needed to survive.
This is big right here, Seth. Lime right now play that beautiful anchor in. Inkling definitely too. We're saying all these players have been playing their heart out, but like, yet again at the beginning, right? A lot of the combos that they depend upon became a little bit very readable. Okay, he comes in, a little bit of pain, roller, side step, right? And then a little bit of side B, and maybe the bomb. And with that consistency, right, all Samus has to do, dodge back, jump, rocket, then boom, shakalaka, we suddenly in this final match. And NYIT fighting for the win, 5 Towns fighting for survival.
Yeah, fighting for survival indeed, but I believe it's going to be Jummy against Lime here. So this is going to be 2 powerhouses, the Wolf v probably Samus from Lime. I'm really curious to see if that's going to be what's happening, but Jummy jumps into the spectator stance. I think that was a misclick. Hopefully they're not going to spectate their own match. That would be just a little weird.
Nah, I mean, they should be okay between the 2, right? It should be fine, considering it's just maybe my man wanted to just like change things up a little bit, deciding, hey, I don't want to play just yet. Let me just take some time to breathe, because I don't know about you. In tense situations like these, I personally like to do at least a little bit of deep breaths, so yes. I can call upon myself, who I am as a person, what I enjoy, and my cinnamon toast crunch is the most superior cereal on the planet. But that's personally just me, as I did just hear that after all the map bans came through, we're going to FD.
Yeah, jump into FD. Final Destination is going to be making an interesting choice here. A Wolf, I think, is going to struggle a little bit more than a Samus. Now, Samus would definitely want the platforms for her kind of running around, being a general nuisance situation, but at the same time, they inhibit what Samus tries to do because the opponent can use the platforms and dodge the projectiles. So it's going to come down to how many projectiles Lime really wants to utilize, and I feel like, honestly, for a Samus player, Lime hasn't been utilizing enough. We saw a lot of great projectile action in the first set from Lime, nearly an hour ago, but that last one, that felt like a lot of lucky hits, so to speak. So I think stepping it up, hitting that B button a little bit more could work wonders for Lime.
Considering all I do is hit that B button here, Sap, I would appreciate to see a little bit more of it too. If I am on my GameCube controller, which I usually am, I am pressing that thing like it owes me money. As there we go, we get that little reset. As Jummy, Lime, going in.
Yeah, this is going to be that 1 stock advantage, of course, for NYT, and Jummy just needs to find 2 stocks to take it home, a 2-0 victory for NYT. It's all going to come down to that, and it looks like Lime, had that same idea, using a lot more projectiles already. Unfortunately, not enough as Jummy goes in for the double grab, misses both of them, gets caught out by that neutral B catch, gets able to find a neutral B of their own. Jummy really racking up the damage, almost 100% already. Not able to find it with that charge move, though. A laser going to line things up, give Jimmy the opportunity to engage, to approach a little bit. Catches out that side B with the reflect. Doesn't reflect it quite back, though, but does not take the damage either. This is looking really good for NYT so far.
Jimmy, right now, we see a Lime at 130, bro. Like a little bit of good neutral, a grab even. When he send them over the edge, NYT definitely feeling themselves. They can take victory right in front of them. But 5 times doesn't want to let them have it that easy. 160.
Oh!
There we go. Good combo with the neutrals. 1 stock left, Seb.
Yeah, 1 stock is all 5 Towns has left here tonight at the ECAC Smash Bros. Crew Battle. And hopefully Lime doesn't have to do this time. We did see that happen the first time they made an appearance on screen tonight. Like I said, we're really hoping to not see that happen a second time. Jummy, that's 3 stocks. I'm really not sure what Lime could do to turn this series around.
It would be really, really tough. Like you keep mentioning, a Herculean effort. My man gonna have to climb Everest back and then maybe go up the halfway point yet again if he wants to continue this forward. But I believe, considering where he's at, yeah, beautiful frame time in there too. And managed to get 1 stock out of it, 1 step closer, only at 44. So not in too bad of a position. If they can get 1 more stock out of this and they'll only be at maybe just about 60 to 70, they're going to be A-okay.
Oh!
And as I say that, NYT.
Ravish mid-sentence saying A-okay. Lime getting spiked into absolute oblivion right there. That was... Honestly, I was totally agreeing with you. I was thinking you take that stock 60, 70%. It's going to be tough, but it's totally doable. I forgot that Wolf spikes like that at like 35%. So that was just... The little bow was already put on top, and we had absolutely no idea. That was a very strong play from NYT.
Unfortunato, but hey, beautiful stuff from both ends. NYT taking that 2-0. Showing up today too, but close battles across the board 5 times. Good luck to y'all. Hope you're able to go back to the drawing board a little bit and come back with some more mix-ups and maybe even some more heart, because that's all we need in these games.
Absolutely. And folks, believe it or not, that 2-0 does bring tonight to a close. I know it's crazy, just a little bit shy of an hour, but we love you all very much. Ravish, I'm sure I can speak for him and I both. We love you all very much. Huge shout out to Colton in the back line for putting everything together, all these wonderful graphics around and transitions, everything you see. That's all him in the back line. So thank you, 5 Cities and NYT, for coming out. Check your posture, drink some water, don't forget to love each other, and we'll see you guys next week. But till then, enjoy the rest of your night.
Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Jeez, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What were you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.